Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and I am back with another video. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. There's a few things that I want to talk about in this video. I've compiled a list, but I want to talk about Austin McBroom because I've talked about him before, and apparently he came out with a podcast, and there was some tea
his
spilled.
name in forever.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't either. The only time we ever really hear about him is when he's faking being broke, but that's what we're going to talk about. I want to talk about that, and I also want to talk about Nikocado Avocado because he posted a video, and apparently he's launching a podcast, and he kind of spilled some tea, so I wanted to kind of like dissect that a little bit, have some opinions and feedback. I want to give Mr. Nikocado Avocado, and then I want to talk about James Charles and Jeffree Star and how they're big mad at Morphe Girl because they are owed a lot of money, and they're being pretty vocal about it. So of course I had to come on here and we have to talk about it all in one place. So if you guys are here for that, stay tuned to this video. Okay, so Austin McBroom, he's known for pretty much being a scammer, causing problems. It's just thing after thing on YouTube. I remember, I think one of the last videos I talked about him in, they were like putting a jet ski in a pool and it caused a whole big thing for a whole bunch of people.
Yard.
Ruined a lot of shit.
Literally, I think that the Ace family is probably the neighbors from hell. So I was on Twitter yesterday and I was just scrolling, minding my business, and I got tagged in this video where it shows like a mudslide of water coming down off of a hill into someone's yard. Stop! And clearly in the video you can hear the guy saying stop. Now you may ask, what caused this? How could something like this happen? It's not raining outside in the video, and the person causing this is none other than Austin McBroom.
The thing I remember is their house was like getting foreclosed on or something, and like the builder didn't get permits. It was like falling apart. It was like a piece of shit house.
There is always
so many things.
Some kind of scam or some kind of grift going on with either of these people, Austin or Catherine. But
remember Catherine's skincare?
No, I don't remember her skincare.
You don't remember the skincare that came out?
I don't.
You look in the mirror. What do you see? The filters, they tell you what you need to be. You are so beautiful, your body and mind. Don't be hard on yourself. Remember, be kind. Take care of your mind. Drink your water and sleep. It's more than just surface. Beauty's soul deep. Don't hide your true self. The beauty inside. Share with the world your inner light. You've been invited. Step into the gate. Let your soul glow. I'll show you the way.
Catherine decided to launch her line with 4 products. There was a foaming cleanser, an eye cream, a moisturizer, a lip balm, and a beauty oil.
But what I do remember is her saying that she received a download from the universe and that she ripped out her IUD.
Oh my God.
Catherine, she's bonkers, right? But Austin apparently started a podcast with this guy named Landon. Is that his brother?
I think so.
I think it's his brother.
I think so.
And it's called Outside Voices, right? And they talked about money, and pretty much people were calling him out, and he got sick of it. And he said, yeah, I faked all this shit, and I faked being broke. So pretty much what are you going to do about it? I might do it again. And
you can kind of tell that he's like trolling the whole entire time because it's so cringe with what he does.
I kind of thought everybody knew.
Shocked?
I kind of thought everybody knew because this guy used to have all kinds of endorsements. They had that big old mansion you were just talking about. Why wouldn't anybody think that they still had money just because they divorced? Now, there was a bunch of drama with the divorce, right? Because apparently Catherine posted a whole bunch of shit over on Instagram. I don't know the whole background story of it, but they're split up now. And apparently she still has daggers for him. And he's also threatening to expose more shit about Catherine now.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like working together behind the scenes. Like, okay, say this and it's going to like amp people up. Okay, we're going to make money over here, like that kind of thing. It's always for clicks and views. I wouldn't be surprised if something comes out during the month of December.
I mean, they really are the grift that keeps on grifting. Like, when will it ever stop? They're not even together anymore, and they're still potentially grifting.
I feel like I would put them like in at least top 5 of like the biggest grifters on social media. When it comes
without
to
a doubt.
Y'all are going to let us know down in the comment section who you think is like the biggest grifter as an influencer. I'm curious. I want to know.
There's so many.
Michaela, I know people are going to be in the comment section saying Michaela for sure, who just hit 16 million followers
I thought
over
she
on TikTok.
already had like 16 million. Didn't she have like 17 million at one time? I feel like did she lose some?
I don't know. I thought that she was already at 16 million, so.
I kind of did too.
Congratulations.
But actually, speaking of, now that you bring it up, people are boycotting people like JoJo Siwa over on TikTok because apparently there was a trend made where this girl said it would be so funny if these influencers got like 13 likes. And JoJo Siwa ended up posting a video getting millions of views and it only had like 18,000 likes.
A couple days ago, there was a girl that posted a video on here talking about how funny it would be if we all collectively started ignoring celebrities and then they started getting like 13 likes on their posts. Well, that video she posted ended up getting like 25 million views in a day, and it's slowly becoming the greatest trend the internet has ever seen. And the first victim or celebrity that we're all supposed to be ignoring is JoJo Siwa. And it's funny because it's actually working. JoJo Siwa posted a video an hour ago. 1 hour ago. And it has 2.4 million views with 4,000 likes. The fact that there are that many people that are watching her content but not interacting with it at all is kind of crazy. And I feel like it's going to make these celebrities realize that they need us more than they realize. So I guess the real question is, who are we doing this to next? My vote is Taylor Swift, The Rock, and Kim Kardashian, because what is Kim Kardashian contributing to society?
Oh.
That's so crazy.
That's a little
Why can't
strange.
they do shit like that for Austin McBroom? Is it still the young ones that still follow him?
I don't know.
I never was into Family Channel content at all.
I have never been into Family Channel content, and I don't see myself ever wanting to watch that type of content at all. There are so many bad seeds in that community.
You don't want kids?
No.
I don't either.
I do
don't
not.
either. But reeling it back into Austin, I think that this proves a bigger point. This dude will lie to everybody.
A lot of liars, a lot of ass kissing, a lot of just selling
But
their
it's
souls.
crazy that he can go on a podcast and basically say, yeah, I lied about being broke.
Yeah.
Even though we all knew, but it really is kind of sick when you think about it because it, like, I've been broke before, girl. And I don't think he even really knows what the fuck broke is. He don't. I really don't think that. And I do think this is going to be something I might watch a few episodes because he's going to end up saying something stupid and he's going to get canceled. He might end up saying something that'll piss off Catherine. And then we're going to have a whole thing going.
Well,
that's what's
you
going
will
to
have
happen.
to keep me posted on what goes on in his podcast because I will not be listening. And I assure you I will be. So you let me know.
I'm going to do it just for the tea.
You let
I'm
me
going to
know.
sacrifice myself, girl.
It's going to be one of those videos. I listen to the whole podcast so you don't have to.
Yeah.
That one. You know, people do those titles.
I remember when that was a trend. Do people still
People
do
still
that?
do that.
Would you guys even
still
watch
do
that?
it.
Because if you would watch that, I would do
People
it.
still do it. I don't know if I did watch it about that.
Oh, yeah, maybe not that.
Maybe not that.
Maybe not that at all. Okay, so now we need to talk about Nikocado Avocado. So he came back. He had this big debut where he lost all this weight. He had posted this video about being 2 steps ahead. He got a lot of people talking, millions upon millions and millions of views, engagement, likes, all this different stuff. That's kind of dying down now. I don't see people talking about him like they were then.
People were stalking him on the Vegas Strip, like, catching videos of him from like different angles.
Doing the apple dance. Yeah. Well, apparently he and some girl, I don't even know who the girl is, forgive me. They posted what they said was their first podcast and they wanted to put feelers out to see what people would think about it and if they will go ahead with it. What I found crazy about this was Nick said that he was nervous out of everybody on the internet. I don't understand why he would be nervous. He has showed everything. And if you've had access to Twitter at any point in time during like 2021 to 2022, you would have seen the pictures that he put on there. Why he would ever feel nervous, anxious, or anything, I don't know. He shared way too much of himself.
Well, I think that he's trying to like come out with like a different side of himself now. So maybe people don't know that side. Maybe they just know Big Fat Nick.
I never really liked Nikocado Avocado like that. We actually really didn't get along. We went back and forth several times. But I never really wanted to see that side of him. I could have been fine just with the vegan content with him eating and all of that. Everything I saw of him like that was against my own will. Mm-hmm. Truly, it was.
The only vegan food I like is Oreos.
Is that vegan? Are they
so
vegan?
They say, I knew a few vegans when I lived in New York, and they would eat Oreos.
Oh, wow.
That's it. I tried the vegan thing for like 2 months.
I had
it wasn't
no
for
idea.
me. I'm not knocking it if people love it. Love it.
I love Oreos, but I love a golden Oreo.
I don't like a golden Oreo. It has to be the original chocolate. Double stuffed.
Trash.
I don't like the like overstuffed or whatever it's called. Maxi stuffed.
Maxie's.
I don't know.
I'm over here burping, and you're
I
talking
don't know
about
what it's
Maxie
called. What is it
stuffed
called?
Oreos.
Overstuffed?
Overstuffed.
Or stuffed?
Double stuffed.
No, double stuffed is the good one.
Mega stuffed.
Mega stuffed.
That's what you
Okay.
like. My baby
There it
used
is.
to be like mega stuffed. Now, Nick said that he got the idea for this podcast one day randomly, and he sat down and he decided that he was going to do it. I don't think that's really what happened. I think he saw how lucrative podcasts can be and how much money people are making right now, and he wants to cash in on this again because, like Trisha Paytas, Nikocado is also a meme. Right?
Yeah.
And I feel like he's very smart with the deals and things that he does because he's made a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
But there's some people saying that they think it's way too much all at once because he's come back and he's uploading again and now he's like trying to make a podcast. And there's some people just wanting more of the food content. And he said that he kind of wants to get away from that.
Well, I mean, do we even know how he lost all the weight? Like, is he even able to eat that amount of food anymore without, like, ripping open his stomach or anything?
I don't know, girl.
So maybe he just can't do that kind of content anymore, right? He doesn't want to go back to that.
I
you
never
know?
could understand how they could sit down and eat that amount of food.
I think
anyway.
there's a lot of takes.
We had a Subway sandwich today, and I couldn't even eat more than half of it with the bag of chips.
That was so good.
Now, something that they did bring up that I found really, really, really interesting is the fact that they said that they're taking iron supplements because they've had hair loss. I've also had that same issue. But they also talked about counterfeit vitamins and how you need to really watch out for that kind of thing. So maybe they might end up making some content that I might be into. I'll check it out some
I'm into
more if they
supplements.
post it. Oh, girl. If you guys only knew the amount of supplements that he
I don't
takes
take
every
that
day.
many I take 4.
But they...
Or trying to make it seem like I'm one of those people with like 80 pills.
No, we
Pull
know...
out my little sack of pills.
We know somebody that did that. I think that
Yeah.
bitch is probably in liver failure by now.
No, I remember Lisa Rinna on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills put out that big old bag of pills.
This is the bag of pills.
I travel with it, and I always have it with me. But the funny
You know
thing
which
is,
one is which?
I know everything in here.
My mom, she's have a big ass
Yeah.
bag.
Wait, was it Lisa Rinna or was it Kathy Hilton?
Probably both, girl. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Are you going to tune into Nicocado's new podcast? I'll give it a shot. If I'm going to listen to fucking Austin McBroom, I can give Nicocado a shot and listen to see what he has to say.
Well, again, you let me know how it is.
Girl.
Let me know if there's any tea.
Listen, I'm
And
trying to
thank you
broaden
for
my
doing so.
horizons here.
Okay.
We got bills to pay. Okay, so now we need to talk about Jeffree Star, James Charles, all these people that are owed money by Morphe. Now, I can't say that I didn't see this coming. I figured that there would be a time when all these people would come out and say that they hate Morphe, they should have never worked with them, and all this shit. But I want to remind the people that are going to defend James Charles and all these people that are owed money by Morphe. James Charles had no problem at all lying to people about these palettes that he promoted. He said it was the ugliest fucking palette that he had ever seen in the entire fucking world. Him and Lipstick Nick. So before you go feeling sorry for him, I just want to let you know that he did not really
lied.
believe in the products of Morphe that he was pushing to you guys in the first place. But recently he posted a TikTok and he said that he was pretty much pissed off that Morphe owes him like $2.2 million.
I would be extremely pissed.
Oh, I would be highly pissed, girl.
Livid.
I would be more than mad.
Trash the brand. all
Seething
day,
mad, right?
every day.
Well, we all know that he's not going to get his money because Morphe, they went bankrupt, girl, but they've restructured. They came back and they're working with other influencers now. Not all these old people like Jeffree Star, James Charles, and all the people that got Morphe to where it is now, right? But James Charles is obviously not the only person making a big deal about Morphe and them not paying him because Jeffree Star just went on the Canceled podcast and he had a lot to say to Tana and Brooke about what happened between him and Morphe. Now, before I show you guys that clip, I did want to mention we have to remember that James Charles basically, in my opinion, got Morphe to drop Jeffree Star, and then later James Charles got exposed, and then they ended up dropping him as well.
The slowest removal of product ever.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely was. But also, they dropped Laura Lee. So Morphe has a tendency to drop people, and rightfully so. If they do something as bad as some of these people have, cancel the fuck out of them. Don't work with them anymore. But I think the bigger picture is here. It only became a problem with Morphe when the money got involved and they didn't get paid. They never made a big issue about the products not being good for Morphe. All they did was shill it with all those codes. All of them had codes. Jaclyn Hill, Laura Lee, Manny MUA, James Charles, Gabriel Zamora even, they all had these fucking Morphe codes. But now the loudest people about Morphe are the ones that just didn't get paid.
Morphe still owes me money.
Me too. Well, let me stop.
The bankruptcy, I'll never get my 1.6 million. Yeah, that's how much they owed me before they filed.
How does that work? You're doing a collab with Morphe. They owe you this
Like
money.
I got paid several times, and then the next payment was the 1.8. They decided, well, the new CEO fell into cancel culture, right?
Lisa.
That was way past that. Yeah. And, whatever. And at the end of the day, they owe me and a bunch of people money still. We're never going to get it. They filed for bankruptcy, and
I can't believe that's allowed, but I guess there's nothing you can really do about it.
But then it's like, they're just moving forward, paying other creators to do stuff.
Oh yeah, how does that make sense?
I don't
There's
know.
no like back pay situation.
We
Is it
just had
'cause-
to-
Did you get canceled? Is that
No.
Well, you were saying they fell into cancel culture. I was
Meaning, like, they decided not to work with me over the second.
Don't they still owe money to Jacqueline as well?
I think so. And
think they
didn't
do.
she say that she was gonna get her money though? I feel like in some way it was worked out to where Jacqueline was gonna get paid. I haven't looked over that stuff in a really long time. It is interesting all these years later that they're now making a big fuss about this, people like Jeffree and James specifically, because now Michaela has put her feelers out there for maybe a potential collab with Morphe, and people are thinking that it's coming.
I'm very surprised that the first influencer from TikTok that I know of, or at least that comes to my mind right now, was Meredith Duxbury, that they worked with and did a whole collection with her. I thought that it would have been Michaela.
Now, what I do find really interesting about this is because we know Jeffree Star was dropped by Morphe, and he did the podcast with Tana and Brooke. Well, Tana apparently had this lip liner coming out with Morphe, and it was going to be a collab between her and Brooke. But it also got canceled because of Brooke's controversy, and rightfully fucking so. We're going to talk about Brooke Schofield in your video, I think, today. Girl, Brooke really does need to be canceled this time.
She just keeps putting her foot in
We're not going to go much further into that because I don't want to spoil your video, but Brooke, you are a trifling ass bitch. I really think the biggest question here is, will Morphe be successful? If they collab with Michaela, for instance, let's say, are they going to make enough money to keep that brand going? Because they've already filed bankruptcy one time. It's not owned by Forma anymore.
You really don't hear anyone mentioning Morphe anymore, to be completely honest. So I don't know.
I think, kind of, what if they're trying to, like, replicate what they had with Jaclyn Hill?
Oh, I'm
They
sure.
move over to TikTok. They pull Michaela in because we all know that Michaela wants to be Jaclyn Hill so
the
bad. She
Supreme.
cannot stand it. She wants to wear her fucking skin. What if they're just going to do that?
I'm actually surprised we haven't seen a collaboration between Michaela and Jacqueline yet.
Oh,
How
and
has that not
Jacqueline?
happened?
Maybe they're
Like
like,
a video.
maybe she's like her senpai girl.
Maybe Jacqueline's scared of her.
I don't think Jacqueline's scared of her. I think maybe Michaela's scared of Jacqueline.
No.
I feel like Jacqueline would be like, listen, bitch, I did this before you. I'll take you out of this fucking game.
I'm just like...
I could see Jacqueline saying some shit like that. But of course, I want to know what you guys think about this down below. I'm going to be honest and say, if I was James, I'd be mad as fuck too.
Yeah.
If I was Jeffree, I'd be mad as fuck too. But at the end of the day, them missing $2 million, it's not going to hurt them one single bit.
It'd make them a lot happier then.
It probably would make them a lot happier.
It
Hell,
would.
I'd be happy if I even had $500,000, $100,000. But money really, truly doesn't mean shit to these people anyway. At the end of the day, this is just something that they had in their back pocket to get back at a company that's trying to come up again. But of course, I would like to know what you guys think about this down below. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it. And leave me the money bag emoji down below because I feel like it's so fitting talking about Austin McBroom scamming and grifting with Catherine all these years, all the way up to Morphe not paying these people the money that they really do rightfully owe them. But with that said, I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video.
Bye.
Bye, guys.